When I first moved to the DC area, I had to find a new dermatologist, right? When you have pale skin like me and a bald head, you got to have one handy. And the first experience went a little something like this. I started off, like anybody does, calling the office to make an appointment. And I call, right? Ring, ring, ring. And they say, hello, how can I help you? I was like, yes, I'm here to make an appointment. Okay, the next one we have available is in 6 weeks. Okay, at this time. I was like, well, I don't think I can make that. I had a patient at the time of my own. Okay, well then you're not gonna be able to get into the doctor for 6 months. Okay, well, I'll figure out a way to move some things around, find a way to make something work, right? And they're like, okay, bring this. See you then. Click, right? Not a thank you, not a we're excited to help you, nothing. And that's okay. I can handle it. But then I show up for my appointment. The person behind the front desk does not pick their head up off the computer, right? I show up, they go, what's your name? Okay, sign in on the clipboard in front. Okay, here are your forms, right? You may have had experiences similar to this at appointments for other healthcare providers. And the experience continues, right? You go in, you see the healthcare provider. In my case, right, the healthcare provider, the doctor or dermatologist in this case, spent, if I'm lucky, 3 minutes with me. Right, was clearly rushing to the next patient, wasn't really answering any of the questions that I had, or maybe even answering the reason that I was there in the first place, and was kind of just clearly going through the motions because, hey, no fault of his own. He probably had, a bajillion patients on his schedule that day, and I was just a number. And unfortunately, this story is not super uncommon in the healthcare field. Or after some searching, I found a great dermatologist. I called them on the phone. They were happy to help me. I walked in, person smiled, knew my name, right? Mind blown. And to no surprise, my dermatologist, she's fantastic and spends the time, answers the questions that I want answered. I'm not asking her to spend, a full hour with me every session, but hey, just be present when I'm there and that's it. And I share this experience with you because I encourage you to keep an eye out for this whenever you are in the healthcare field, right? You're at a doctor's office, you're seeing a physical therapist or anybody in between, because that experience they are attempting to provide you will be very indicative of the type of care they're providing as well, and the kind of effort they're putting in front of you and behind the scenes. And at Cohen Health and Performance, we do many things to ensure that every patient feels special and has an amazing experience working with us. Simple things like knowing your name when you show up for a session, to spending a full hour with you and being really present that entire time, to being available between sessions with whatever you may need via messaging in our portal system, or hopping on a call to answer any questions that you may have. So if you are somebody who is looking for a healthcare provider that is really in your corner with you and there for whatever you need, contact us. We would love to be able to help you.